Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bulldog Show. I'm Darrell Allen, along with Thomasville High School head football coach Jonathan DeLay, and Coach Dogs 23-8 winners over the Fitzgerald Purple Hurricanes last Friday night up in Fitzgerald. Call it a lot of things, describe it a lot of ways, bounce back win, whatever you want to say it. The main thing to me was the Dogs came out focused and played with energy.
Yeah, we talked about all week that it was going to be an intense game, so we tried to make practice intense. And I'm just not going to lie to you, practice last week was not easy. And the kids responded the way they had to respond to go and win that game in a dominant fashion. We knew that it was going to be a slugfest in the trenches, and I thought the defense played phenomenal. Kind of started a little slow on offense. The defense kept us in it and then got us a turnover right there inside the 10, and we punched in, and then it was kind of like, all right, here we go. We really picked it up on the offensive side of the ball, especially running the ball. I thought our offensive line, tight ends, they played so well, running backs carrying the ball. But it was one of those program wins because that was two really good programs that went at each other. It was a heavyweight fight, both teams just slugging at each other. And we withstood some punches, and then we gave a bunch of punches in the game. And, we were fortunate to be able to come out on top. And that's the way that we had to win that game. And, you never want to lose a football game, but apparently we had to lose to Worth the way we did to come out and play the way that we're capable of that night. So I was very pleased to see the way we played, and it put us back in the driver's seat, in a tie for this region race.
All right, Coach, 3 turnovers by the defense. First, a fumble recovered by Raw McCoy, then an interception by A.J. Hill Jr. and E.J. Bean. The fumble recovery led to our first score.
Yeah, that was huge. We kind of back and forth, but what you don't see or what you don't think of before that is the punt that knocked them inside the 20 there. Macari had 3 punts all inside the 20, and the defense gets a big turnover right there. Ra got penetration. They fumbled the exchange, and he's right there to jump on the ball. And 2 plays later, Ant's in the end zone. And that was the momentum swing that we needed to go and put it on them. We scored 23 straight points. They got one on something they don't necessarily like to do. They threw a hitch. We missed a couple tackles, and our pursuit wasn't great. But we were able to withstand the barrage there early in the fourth quarter, and we got 2 picks late in the game to seal it. And then we were able to put the game away. We got the ball, 2 minutes left. They've got a timeout. We go 3 plays, get a first down. Ball game's over. So I was really pleased to see that, especially after what happened the previous week.
Because we're going into the season, our punting game was going to be a little bit of an unknown because we had not seen Macari kick. But boy, how valuable has he become to this football team?
Yeah, he's done a great job. Not only does he start in our defensive secondary, but he's a punter and he's just a 10th grader. That's a testament, too, to our coverage, the snap. Tyler Ivey's done a great job with the snaps. The protection's been great, and then our coverage down the field. When teams are able to catch the ball, there's nowhere for them to go. But a lot of times our coverage gets down there so fast that they're unable to catch it. They just let it go.
All right, Coach. So offensively, we mixed it up, I thought, you mentioned really well between the run and the pass.
Yeah, we threw the ball 11 times in the game, and there were actually 14 called passes. Cam pulled 3 of them down and ran. But, it was finding the run game. We were able to find it early. The plan that we had going in, I thought the kids executed it well because they showed us their 3-man and 4-man front. And, the offensive line did a great job, Eli Hines especially, our center, making calls and getting us in the right basically going to the right spot in the run game. And then, like you said, we mixed the throw game in. They tried to drop 8. That's what they were doing. They were going to rush 3, drop 8, and make us throw the ball underneath or in super tight windows, and we did for the most part. And then when they, we tried with Cam to make sure that, hey, if they are dropping 8, man, just pull it down and go. They're only rushing 3. They got 8 guys turning their back from you. You got plenty of room to go and run, and he did on certain occasions.
All right, Coach, just a quick review of some of our stats. Cam Hill was 7 of 10 for 91 yards, a touchdown, an interception. He also had 8 carries for 87 yards rushing. A big contributor by Cam. And Anderson, 6 carries for 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nigel Pittman, 3 for 29 and a touchdown. That touchdown run was something to behold.
Yeah, we had talked kind of this week about you got to be able to catch a short pass, break a tackle, and go score. And he did just that. He caught it. He broke a tackle, made a guy miss, and went and scored. And that's that's how you know that, the message that you're getting to the kids is getting across, because they're doing the things that you're telling them, hey, this is how we're going to have to win this game. And, that was obviously a big one, because that was right there before the half. It was a big third down conversion that turned into a touchdown, made it, 14-0.
There was a little cushion going into
Yeah.
halftime. All right, and of course, Levante Cole and Trip Gable both had 2 catches. Over on the defensive side of the ball, E.J. Bean with 13 tackles, 1 for a loss. Well, we talked about his interception. A.J. Hill Jr. also 12 tackles and an interception. Joe Douglas with 12 tackles. Camden Christie with a 32-yard field goal. Robert McCoy with a fumble recovery. So again, we see a lot of people involved.
Yeah, a lot of names in the stats, and a lot of those guys. When you look at that, one of my messages to the kids last week was, our dogs, you got to go be dogs. And what that means is your best players got to play the best. They've got to play the best in the game to give yourself a chance to win. And I thought those kids did that. The pick that EJ had on the throwback to the quarterback, we actually ran that play against our defense last week at the beginning of practice. We do something called one play. You got one play to score, ones versus ones, and we threw it out, and we tried to throw it back to Cam, and the defense picked it off. So it's just, it's stuff that's happening in practice is translating right over into the games. And that's what you want to see. That's why you practice. I mean, you practice so hard. You put in all the hours of practice and preparation and film for a 3-hour window. Now, the other night it was like a 2-hour window because the game was so short. But you put in all that hard work for such a short amount of time, and when you see it pay off, that's why you see people get so ecstatic about football and the celebrations and things like that, because there is so much preparation that goes into that.
Coach, you had talked about all year long at this point about playing 4 quarters, to come out and play from start to end. Friday night we did that.
Yeah, we did. I think we had 1 possession in the first quarter. And if you look back to the state championship game in 21, we had 9 plays in the first half. And I told the kids, I said, look, they're going to want to eat the clock. We have to make every play important, not just every series. Every play is important, because you're not going to get many. And, the first 2 drives offensively didn't go the way we wanted. We had a big play, first play of the game. Ended that series ends with a pick. And then we have a couple big plays in the second series, but we have to punt them down. But that's where we got them punted backed up, and we get the turnover. We go score. We get them 3 and out again. They punt it back to us. We go score again. And so, you look at that. We had 4 possessions in the first half. We score on 2 of them, 50%. That's pretty good. And then you come, my message at halftime, look, guys, we get the ball right here. We have got to score points, okay? We'd love a touchdown. That's what we want. But we've got to have at least 3. And we go down and score a touchdown right there coming out of the halftime. And that's huge, especially in that game. We talked earlier in the year about, slow starts out of halftime, this, that, and the other. But in that moment, in that game, yes, all those things happened before in the season, but it was so great to see, hey, look, how important this is, getting a 3-possession lead, especially on this team that likes to run the ball, likes to eat the clock. They don't need to be behind 3 possessions. That's not what they want, and the kids were able to go and make it happen.
All right, Coach, great weather Friday night, our football weather, and our crowd was so vocal that we almost made it into Thomasville Stadium again, the Veterans Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, sure did. And like I said last week, I love playing over there at Fitzgerald. I mean, it's a South Georgia environment. It's a big-time football game environment, and that's what our fans made it.
All right, Coach, let's get into the highlights then. And there are a lot of them, obviously.
That's always a good sign.
It is.
We did some stuff a little different with our kickoff this week they had a really good football player, number 6. He's very good, and they tried to get it to him a bunch of different ways. We didn't want to kick it to him, so we showed him some stuff that we haven't shown all year. Our kids executed it very well, and we made really good tackles on the kickoff. First drive, 3, 4, 5 yards here and there. Getting involved in the speed of the game and figuring out what the speed of the game is and how they're going to run those plays. That's those early drives. That's the first thing that you got to figure out. But again, defense. Yeah, we gave up some yards here on this first drive, but we made some big plays. I mean, Tyler Ivey right there coming from the backside, EJ right there sitting on the front side, being able to go inside that puller and make that tackle. And then we make them do stuff that they really don't like to do, and that's throw the ball. And right here on 4th down, we get a big 4th down stop on the first drive and get the ball back to the offense.
That was crucial, I thought.
Huge right there. First play of the game, throw the ball to Tripp. Might have been incomplete. The official said it was complete, so we're going to go with what he said. And And then right here, we had a couple things on the play before the pick right there, an alignment issue that kept us from getting a first down. And then, Cam throws it up. They make a really good play right there. Their corner was sitting inside, and he falls off to the outside, makes a good play. So back over to the defense, and here we go again. It's still the first quarter, but a lot of times chewed off the clock. Made a good play right there on the trap. And again, with this offense, they're trying to get their 4 and 5 yards. They're trying to stay on schedule. So what you've got to do is keep them at the 2 yards or less, because they don't like 2 yards or less. But again, you can see our defense swarming around. The line of scrimmage is being set behind where it starts. They had a good little reverse right here, but our pursuit was great. We get him on the ground, get it tackled up, and we make them snap the ball again. Go into the second quarter, and we hold them to a field goal, and it was huge. They had a penalty right before they kicked the field goal, back them up 5 yards, and then he misses it. Looked like by about 2 yards. And then again, we had some miscues right here on these first couple of plays. Get ourselves in another third and long situation. But again, they rush 3. Cam pulls it down, gets a big first down right here. Even though we don't score on this drive, we get out from our own end zone, and we're able to punt the ball and get them inside the 20, down on the other end. And again, right here, so Cam pulls it down on the scrum. There's really nothing there. Had he come out and seen Levante immediately, he probably could have popped it to him. He was worried he was across the line of scrimmage, so he just kept it. But again, first punt of the night, Makari gets a boomer right here, and it takes a great roll down inside the 20. And then we go to work from there. They try a little screen, then another reverse. We're right there to make the play. Tyler Ivey stays outside. We get him on the ground, big tackle for loss right there. And then right here, they fumble it. Ra-Ra's there to fall on it. And you can see how excited we are. Keemon took out Joe in the celebration right there. He was so excited. Then a couple plays right here. We give it to Ant on the touchdown play. Jalen Walden does a great job going down, then coming back and picking up the backer as Ant squirts through right there. Camden Christie with an extra point. Dogs are up 7-0. And then again, like I said, working different stuff on the kickoff, trying to keep it away from 6. We kick him over in the corner, then we make a great tackle right there inside the 25-yard line. I believe that was Caden Walker on that tackle. And then again, get them doing something they don't necessarily like to do, and that's throw the ball. And that was huge, for us, is try to make them be uncomfortable. You can see E.J. Bean, a bunch of guys in on that tackle. 4th and 1, and we forced a punt. Messiah with a great fair catch, saving us yards right there. And then here we go again, next drive. Vontae with a big run right there, offensive line, you can see, doing a great job. And then another 4-yard play right here on first down, keeping us on schedule. We throw the screen out here to Nigel. All right, and he's able to get a yard. Back to third down, slow screen, great call right here, great execution. And we get a big first down. We get the ball down in what we feel like inside the 30. That's the red zone. I know people say it's the 20, but you get inside the 30, you got to get points.
Right.
First down, had a minus play. Second down, Leland gets a pretty good rush right there. Then third down right here, Cam hits Nigel in stride. He breaks the tackle, and he goes and scores a touchdown. And that's, we're talking late in the second quarter, and we make the extra point. I mean, it's a big play, 2-possession ball game, and that was the goal.
I've heard those kind of plays Coach called mindset plays.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Get in the end zone. That's all he is to it.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's the mindset, getting the end zone, and we knew that, you want to get up on this team by 2 possessions because they do a really good job of running the football. First drive of the second half right here, we moved the ball well. And some things happen in this game where things are going your way. A little reverse pass right here, side through a great ball to Tripp, and then Tripp makes a guy miss, gets a first down right there. And then this play right here, a little high snap, bounces right to Cam, no panic. Ant ends up being behind the line of scrimmage, ready to receive a pass. And that's, sometimes everything bounces your way in the night, and it did. And then the next play, we give it to Ant, he squirts through. Big touchdown run right there. You can see it right here from the backside. He hits it front side. It opens up to the backside. Elijah Hines right there with the block to seal it, and Ant does the rest, getting it in the end zone. Unfortunately, we got the extra point blocked right here. That's something that we got to clean up. But we go up 20-0.
And big drive to open the second half.
Big drive. I mean, that's huge. You know, they're wanting to get a 3 and out and go score and make it a 1-possession game. Right here, we kicked it away from 6, but he went over there and caught it. And so that was a great job tackling right there. They come out with a double move and are unable to hit, which was huge. And then, you know, defense goes to work. They do get a little boot right here. That was a nice throw in a pretty tight window right there. Get them down in the scoring zone again. But again, defense stiffens, you know, maybe a ticky-tack pass interference right there. But, I mean, here we go again. They try to motion to get EJ out of there. He comes in, makes a big tackle, a big lick right there. And, again, you know, there's really nowhere for them to run. They're having to bounce everything outside because we're setting the edge, holding the point of attack. Joe Douglas right there with a huge hit. You talk about an energy play. And then EJ right here, you know, they got number 6 wheeling out of the backfield, and he's doing everything he can to make sure that he can't get there. And then they try to come with some trick play here on 4th down, and we sniff it out and stop them. And then this was probably one of the bigger drives of the game that, you know, we got the ball backed up. And actually, we're backed way up, 3rd and long. We get an offsides penalty on them. And then Ant with a big carry right here to get us a 1st down, to get out of the shadow of the goal line. And then we had some big plays right here. You know, Levante right here with a big run. All right, goes and finishes that run. They called a hold out here on Nigel. I'm not really sure what they saw, but that's what they said. And then right here in a second, Cam has a big pull and a big play run where he goes down the sideline, really flips the field right here. You could see Bryce Metcalf right there running down the field right there with Cam. And then we keep punching it down the field. I know we had a penalty on a touchdown, and it's kind of one of those, they slanted themselves into a penalty, so they called us for an illegal chop block where you go high-low. The center was cutting the nose, and the guard was stepping left as well, with the nose slanted back into the guard, and the center just got a piece of him. So, but we still were able to get points out of this drive, and that was big. Even though it was, you know, this was a 2nd down play, Cam did a good job. Didn't really like the windows, so keep the ball, get us a positive play, and, you know, keep the ball moving forward because we know now that we've got points because we've got Camden that can go and kick this field goal right here, and he does a great job. Great operation, snap, hold, kick. You know, probably would have been good from about 40. Hits it from 32 right there. And, you know, it's a great kick. This was a great operation as well. You know, we felt good with our down kick, and he put it in a great spot, and they just had to fall on it. You know, they got the ball there at the 25. And then right here, you know, they throw a hitch, and he gets outside. I'd like to see us pursue a little bit better, but we didn't, and they were able to get on the board and make it 23-8. So now there's 9 minutes left of the game. You got to
Good players make big plays, Coach, and he's definitely a good player.
He's a really good player, and he's given everybody that he's played fits. So right here, you know, we had the hands team out there, and you know, we're ready to jump on that if we need to, but we didn't have to because they kicked it short. And again, we go to work on offense right here. Some positive plays right here. Had a little mishap right here. We went the wrong way with our motion, and that's something we've got to get cleaned up. But again, here goes Macari with a big punt. Caden Walker goes and sprints down to where he's supposed to. Goes out inside the 20, and then, you know, we go to work. They call us for PI here. Felt like it might have been a little push off, but again, we withstand, you know, their barrage, what they're trying to push out there. You know, big push there on the defensive side of the ball. We knew they were going to have to go and throw the ball at this point, so you've got to be able to go and make those types of plays that you've got to make to win the game. Tyler Ivey gets his hand on that ball right there, big pass deflection. Try to throw a screen over here, good tackle right there. I thought this was one of the best throws that they made all night. I mean, Macari's in great shape right here. He throws this ball low and away where only his guy can get to it, and he made a really good play. But again, you know, you make them snap the ball again. They try to run a trick play. E.J. Bean sniffs it out and picks it off, and we end that drive right there.
That's a little bit of indication of EJ's athletic ability.
Oh, yeah, very, very much so. You know, he's obviously played running back for us and linebacker, and He's really done a great job this year. We were able to milk some clock here, got close to getting that first down, but again, we got to punt it. And again, Macari with a great punt. And it's one that rolls and rolls and rolls, so more times coming off the clock, goes out of bounds. But here we go again defensively. They catch a guy wheeling out. We're fortunate that he fell on the ground right there, but we're able to make him snap it again. And then he throws it up in the air, Junior, with a great pick right there. Great concentration, even with Macari coming over. And then we ran 3 plays and put the game away right here. 3 big plays to get a big first down, something that we were unable to do last Friday night. We were able to do it this Friday, and it's a huge win, a big statement win, big program win for Thomasville. Anytime you can go beat those guys at their place, it's a big win.
Always, Coach. Big ball game and big win for the Dogs, and made a big step forward from the week before. Mm-hmm. Now the question for us is, can we continue to take those steps forward?
Yeah, and that's the deal. Going into this week, what do we have to do? The message to the kids this week, just like last week, we must be intense. We've got to go and make sure that we're cleaning up any of the non-championship traits that reared their head in the game last Friday, and go and continue to improve and continue to get better. There's so many things that we have that we can work on as a team, as Thomasville, and we've got to get those things done at practice this week and then go and execute at a high level on Friday night, because that's the deal. We've got to take care of business this Friday night. We put ourselves in a good position if there's a tie in the region and all that, but it doesn't make a difference if we don't go take care of business Friday night.
All right, Coach, this will be the first meeting between Brantley County and Thomasville, so this will be their first trip into Veterans Memorial Stadium, and we want to make it. We want it to be what they dread coming into.
Oh, definitely. We've got a home field advantage that a lot of other teams can't say that they have, and we need everybody in Thomasville this week at Veterans Memorial Stadium, making it a hostile environment for those guys. And I'm glad you told me that this is our first meeting, because Cam asked me that this morning, and I said, I don't know. I'll ask Mr. Allen, because he'll know.
Yeah, as far as I can't find any record of having played it before, Coach. So we're gonna go with it. Senior night, so hopefully our crowd will be a little early this week and get a chance to be a part of that.
Yeah, senior night festivities will start at 7:20, so we're going to get off the field at 7:15 with our pregame warm-up, so senior night can start at 7:20.
30 seniors takes a long time. We got other sports to recognize as well.
That's right. We've got a lot to recognize, so be out there for those kids. They pour a lot into this program, whether it's football, cheerleading, band, the dance, all those groups that make Friday night what it is. They need your support out there to come and see them and honor them.
Coach, winning is important Friday night, and never not important. We want to do it every Friday night, but how we win also matters.
Oh, exactly. We're at that point in the season now. We're fixing to be at game 9. We want to be playing some of our best football. We want to improve on last Friday night. That's been the message to the kids Sunday and Monday and today. We can't rest on our laurels from last week. I wrote it on the board Sunday. I said, great win, but now that's over. Let's go take care of business, because we did what we had to do last Friday, but we got another Friday of a ball game this week, and we've got to go and show improvement from last week. Show improvement and be even better than we were.
All right, Brantley County, the Herons, I believe is how they say it, Coach. I've never heard that nickname, but that's fine. Come to call at Veterans Memorial Stadium Friday night, 8 o'clock kickoff. As Coach said, festivities get underway around 7:20 with recognizing the seniors, not only in football but in a lot of different sports. We'll be recognized, and Coach and I'll be back next week with the highlights of that game.